time now to connect with the management at Thyrocare Technologies to decode their third quarter earnings fine print then. And we do have Rahul Guha, MD and CEO of the company, as well as President API Holdings joining us. Firstly, Rahul, thank you so much for joining us today and good morning. I wanted to take the first question about the growth. It's been largely a healthy show coming in for the third quarter. The growth, in fact, has been quite healthy. What is driving this sort of growth at this point? How much of this do you think is due to the recent acquisitions then?
Overall, the company has delivered 23% growth year on year. Actually, inorganic accounts for only about 4% of that. So most of our growth is actually organic in nature. What is working well is the franchisee addition that we have done over the last couple of years. Today, we have closed at roughly about 9,100 active franchisees. And they are continuing to transact with us and increase their share of wallet with us. So if you see our franchise business is actually on the highest growth that we have seen in at least about 6 quarters. On top of that, our partnerships business, which has always been growing at 20 plus, has been firing and continues to maintain that trajectory with more and more newer clients being added who are using us for their diagnostic services.
Right. A very good morning to you, Rahul. Cheryl also joining in the conversation. If you could help us understand what's your outlook when you talk about pricing, because one of your competitors has actually said that it is considering a price increase in the B2C in some cities in India effective the next quarter or the quarter that we are in, Q4. Will you also look at price increases?
I think the pricing environment, as I mentioned in the last couple of calls, has stabilized to some extent. I would say it's mostly now rational competition. However, India remains one of the lowest cost diagnostic testing countries in the world. So in that way, prices have always been low, and Thyrocare's strategy is to be the most affordable player in the diagnostics industry. Our strategy is really linked to affordability and accessibility. So we are not contemplating any major price hikes, actually, even over the fourth quarter and probably even next year. Our goal remains and our mission remains to be the most affordable, good quality diagnostics provider in the country. And for that, if we keep raising prices, we will not be affordable. So no plans on that front.
Right, so that's about pricing, but I also wanted to talk to you about the Tanzania business then. Is that picking up? Are you seeing a pickup there? Will the company then be looking at expansion when it comes to Middle East? And what do you also think about the expansion when it comes to Southeast Asia as well?
Tanzania is picking up very well. It almost doubles and triples every quarter. I believe at this point in time, we are one of the largest private sector labs in Tanzania already. And we are looking to go from strength to strength in Tanzania. We continue to focus, as I mentioned, in the 3 main geographies for our international: East Africa, Middle East, and then Southeast Asia. East Africa was our initial foray. We are evaluating opportunities for partnerships in Middle East and Southeast Asia.
Right. So how is the preventive care business doing? And also, what is the outlook on the same? If you could help us understand, Rahul?
I would say preventive care has always been a strength for Thyrocare. Aarogyam is the most well-known annual health checkup package that is there. And that is growing, of course, very strongly for us and helping us, achieve the volume growth that we are seeing. As you remember, we had expanded the Aarogyam range from 1,000 rupees all the way to 10,000 rupees. But more importantly, we had also launched specialized packages for disease-specific areas under Janch. And that is doing very well. Gone are the days of, the generic annual full body health checkup. People who have specific diseases like diabetes are worried about their heart because of elevated cholesterol. We have actually created now very disease-specific curated packages to help people manage their health on a preventive basis, on an ongoing basis. So that is doing actually very well for us as well. And I think while preventive used to be looked at as full body checkup annually, I think preventive now is really about the disease that you're suffering from and how you can manage your healthcare better. And I think Janch fits very well over there.
All right, then talk to us about your margins as well. We've seen some good growth coming in compared to the last year. So tell us about the margins. Do you see more improvement on the cards then?
A large part of the margin is linked to basically operating leverage. So if you see, the fixed cost has been under control and the revenues are coming in, and the gross margin is improving marginally. So a large part of the margin improvement is coming from, I would say, operational leverage. And while I expect that to continue over the next, let's say, year or two, as I have guided in the past, any operating leverage that comes out, we will continue to expand, invest in growth. We are expanding internationally. We are expanding in tier 2, tier 3 markets. We are putting more labs. We are expanding our partnerships. So all of that will require investment. And so from a guidance point of view, I would expect margins to remain flat. Whatever operating leverage we get, we will continue to put back into the company to generate better growth and fuel our expansion plans.
Rahul, a very important question because everyone wants to know. There's buzz that PharmEasy is looking to relaunch its IPO, which could include reverse merger with Thyrocare and also impact the cash flow. Your comments on this?
This is largely a market rumor. There has been no discussion on this in the Thyrocare board. And in any case, I want to remind all Thyrocare shareholders that approving any such corporate action will be a special resolution where a majority of the minority will be required. So this will not go ahead without approval from Thyrocare minority shareholders. With regards to API, the focus is largely on getting to PAT positive. And once it is PAT positive, concrete plans for IPO will be contemplated.
Well, absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul, for joining us and taking time out and telling us about not just your earnings fine print, but also the growth outlook that you then.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.